Welcome to Forbes India Presents Business Lodestones, powered by the Brand Solution, where we unravel the journey of visionaries who are shaping the business landscape. Today, we have with us Narendra Firodia, a serial entrepreneur and the CEO of Sohamm Group. The outfit has made its presence felt across various sectors like media, real estate, health and fitness, e-commerce, hospitality, among many others. He's also actively involved in various developmental activities as part of his corporate social responsibility program. Hi, Mr. Firodia. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Before we get started on the philanthropic side of you, let's start with what Sohamm Group is. You've got your hands in different pies.
Exactly. So, Sohamm Group is based in Ahmednagar. Ahmednagar is a small place in Maharashtra. Shirdi is in Ahmednagar district. It is one of the largest district of Maharashtra, and I come from Ahmednagar, and I'm a proudly Ahmednagar citizen. So, Sohamm Group is based in Maharashtra, though we have our offices in Pune, Mumbai, Kolhapur, Nasik, and also in Dubai. We are a small group, which is we started our business, with mobile distribution, but then later on we expanded to real estate, to hospitality, to investment in startups, to healthcare, to tech, media, movie production, to name a few.
And how do you choose your investments, and how do you you think that this is the right place to go?
I always believe that, love what you do and you don't have to work a single day. So, whenever there is an opportunity that I seek, or when I see an opportunity, like maybe it's in the healthcare space. So I do a due diligence, and then I have to find, maybe because I'm not an expert at all, but then I find the best expert in that field, maybe hiring a good business head, hiring a good team that would run that business division, and then we get into it.
Right. So in other words, it's like a venture capitalist who will look at ideas from entrepreneurs and see if you can invest in a business that is worthwhile and have a skin in the game as well.
Sure. So that is also one part. So venture capitalist is one part, because I have invested in several startups and also mentoring them. That is one part where, there is two different parts to it. The one part is where I am actively involved, and the one part is where I am an investor and I am a mentor. Right. So maybe I play two different roles.
And among all the businesses that you run, which are the ones that take the lion's share of your attention?
So at the moment, two industries I am, very bullish on. One is the media and content, because, we all know that India today, we have the cheapest data, and now how do you consume the data is content.
Right.
So I have invested, and I am mentoring a few content companies and primarily in Marathi at the moment, because, being in Maharashtra, Marathi is the essence of the land. And so content is one, and second is healthcare. Because see, post-COVID, we all understood that health is wealth and immunity is everything. And we also understood that, if we can really do the jugaad in the health space, or if we can bring the change in the health space, that would really be helpful to the humankind. So these two industries, maybe, healthcare and media and content is something where I'm looking at.
Yes, I think until 5-7 years ago, there was no concept of influencers or content creators. I think you've jumped onto something interesting here. And Marathi influencers are also coming up quite a bit, aren't they? And they've got a sizable audience, and that's an interesting place to be.
Exactly. See, now I think we have completely maybe the dynamics have changed. There was a time when we had film stars. We had, bigger stars who were like the influencers or who were like the brand ambassadors.
Right.
Today, overnight anyone can become a star. But you correctly said that Marathi has a very big space now, and why again, local languages, because being in Maharashtra, if you are in Maharashtra, Marathi is the most spoken language, and there is an audience for every language here. Right. Though Hindi is like common to everyone, but if you make more content in Marathi, there is a tier 2, 3, 4 towns which really need those kind of content, and nobody is actually focusing there. So I think that is the really low hanging fruit that we are looking at.
The second focus that you talked about was that of healthcare.
Yeah.
Tell us more about your ventures in that space, which was, I don't know how to put it, but it's one of those things which is evergreen, much like the food industry. Exactly. Healthcare is a necessity, and that's here to stay.
Exactly. So I'm working very closely with a person called Luke Coutinho. I know that Luke is a very known person, and he doesn't need an introduction. He's a holistic coach. He is a lifestyle guru. And so we work on a platform called YouCare Lifestyle. Now, YouCare Lifestyle is a e-commerce website where you can buy organic and natural products. This is one part of it. The second part of it is awareness. Pre-COVID, the awareness for health was with a very few people, who will go to a gym, was fit, who would, run, or who is doing some yoga or something was fit. But post-COVID, we understood that not only gym or yoga will help you, but the body and the immunity is more important. And that's where, we are also focusing on awareness. This awareness is also done via our YouTube channel. This is done on Instagram. And there are various areas of focus. See, today, there was one time when we used to go to only one doctor. That was like a family doctor or a general physician.
Right.
But today you have specialists for everything. Even if you want, there was a time that you should only go to a physician, he'll give you one prescription, it was done. But today you have to go to specialists. Right. So in the same manner, people have now got that, they want more details about all the diseases that are coming. They want more detail how to stay fit. And there are a lot of myths. The biggest issue today is with WhatsApp or with any other platform.
Right.
Someone will send something, but is it true? Are you really reading what is the truth? So to break the myths and to provide accurate and right information to the people, I and Luke are working towards that, where we are spreading awareness on various factors and various diseases.
Excellent. I think that misinformation
Exactly.
is a big problem these days, and very often I see educated folks, and with due respect to their positions, they may be VPs, but when you get something on WhatsApp without verifying, you will forward them in a group and then everybody gets a little panicky. That's a problem, not just in India, but elsewhere as well. Yeah.
Actually, the social media university is a very dangerous thing,
Yes.
where you just get something but you don't verify it. So that is one aspect. The other aspect is, in healthcare we are working, so there is one more startup which I am working very closely. It is called, the product is called GlucoQR. So, you can check your glucose for, people suffering from diabetes. So, because, India is becoming the diabetes capital of the world. Right. So, you can check your blood sugar with just an app. You don't need any other instrument, and at a very nominal cost. You can check your hemoglobin at home. You can check, we can do, so we are coming up with more products on cholesterol. So, in rural India, there are less labs. And sometimes, every lab will give you a different answer. For example, if you go to a lab A, it will tell your hemoglobin is dash. You go to B, it will say. So now out of which, and also you have to go out. Now we are giving solutions that can be, it is like, do it yourself. It's a over the counter kit that you can buy and you can just check it at home. That is, and also affordable. See, today, what I feel is that healthcare, if it is affordable, then only it will reach the last mile. And again with COVID, what has happened is we have understood that how weak our system was somewhere. We could overcome that. Post that, now everything has become very robust, and we have good labs now, we have good hospitals now, and thanks to even people's education and people's awareness, that now everybody is very aware of what is happening around them.
True, and especially in the lower tier cities, you may not have hospitals every few kilometers.
Yeah.
So even the diagnostics labs may be far away. So if these are portable kits, they can be
exactly. These are smaller kits. You can just keep it at home and you can just check whenever you want. So like the government is now focusing on anemia free Bharat. So if you want to check your hemoglobin every time, you don't need to go to a lab now.
Has that changed your habits, given that you are investing in these things and in terms of health as well?
Exactly. Yeah. So my habits have also changed, and the story is with Luke only. So Luke was my holistic coach, and maybe I was 102 kgs when I met him. I've come down to this, and I'm, so most important is he has given me a healthy lifestyle. What to eat, what not to eat. It's not about a diet. Diet is a very big word, and people say now, okay, you are on diet, so you're not. But I say that it is eating the right thing at the right time. So you have to also be fit if you are working in the fitness and the healthcare industry.
No, and because it used to be healthcare, now they are calling it the wellness industry as well. What are your views on that?
I think wellness is the correct word.
Yeah.
Maybe see, healthcare is also, and see, the terminology are changing these days, and with new words coming, everyone, wellness is something that it is nice to hear, but I think the meanings are same.
And I think most of it also comes down to discipline and routine, right? I mean, given that you've been in the space, why do you think people falter. They start strong and then we don't do enough.
You have, I think, you have hit the bullseye correctly. Discipline is everything. You know, if you have discipline in life, I think you can never go wrong. So discipline is all it takes actually to really reach somewhere.
And is this also meant for those in the cities? Just help us understand when you say healthcare and wellness. What are these investments and what exactly are you propagating? And if I were a consumer, how do I access your service?
Yeah, see, so one is UCare lifestyle, where, you know, if you want to buy all the healthy products, the organic and natural, so, you know, we have only the products which pass through our tests, you know, so there are no artificial sugars, no artificial sweeteners. And then and there are few other things, you know, so we have a complete team of food technologists with us. We have a team which will check. Because see, you might be consuming a product, but is it correct for you? So that is one platform. See, and health ledger is a different thing. Again, it is very specific to people either who have diabetic or who have anemic or who wants to check. So these two areas are there. But as a consumer, I think so. What is the biggest thing that we are focusing on is awareness. So again, it is a content-based thing.
Right.
So as I said, you know, content. So content is not only entertainment. Content is the right content. Content is also to educate you. So content, healthcare, I think, are going hand to hand.
Brilliant. So you use your media on social. I mean, you use social media to spread the word. And does that work? That's a good point you said. Content need not always be entertainment and jokes. But how much is social media or content creation helping you spread the word of some of the other outfits that you have?
See, what happens is who is exactly advocating it is more important. You know, someone like a Luke advocating it is a big thing. So, you know, people understand it that, okay, it's coming from the horse's mouth.
Right.
So that is really helping us. And end of the day, as I said, you know, there are myths that needs to be busted, and there are myths that, you know, people sometimes blindly follow. So and see, everything is very fundamental and everything is very natural. And our Indian philosophy, our Indian culture itself is very strong for you know, for us to be disciplined.
Right.
And also follow a few basic rules. So I think so. If we just follow these basic rules, you can never go wrong.
Now let's, in the interest of time, let's segue into your philanthropic efforts. And I see you're wearing "I Love Nagar" T-shirt as well. Tell us more about it and how did you conceive that idea?
So, you know, I told you I come from a place called Ahmednagar, and so it's a small place with a population of 6 to 8 lakhs. And, you know, in smaller towns, you always see people cribbing that, you know, our city doesn't have a development and there is migration from, say, Ahmednagar to other places. Children are going out for studies, they're going abroad, they might not come back, they feel the life is better there. It is there, you know, you can't deny that. But somewhere in 2015, and when Facebook was, you know, emerging, so I thought, you know, let's build a community. And let's build a community where, you know, we get all the people of Ahmednagar together. And I was thinking of a name and I thought, okay, let's call it "I Love Nagar," because, you know, I love, and our tagline says your love for your city. So we started with a small Facebook page in 2015, and that time, you know, very few people had access to Facebook also, because smartphone had just started. Facebook was a very new thing. Social media itself was a very new thing for people, and then people started joining, and we started posting, you know, news about the city, whatever is happening around, events, you know, if there is something important, and slowly and steadily, then I thought that, you know, this is okay on a Facebook platform, or, you know, then new platform started, or maybe on a Twitter we are present. But then I thought, let's make an app, because the time was right. And slowly and steadily, as I said, what will the smartphones need is an app or an application or something which would be directly only subjective to our thing. Because see, on Facebook there would be thousands of other communities where you would be a part of. So in 2018 we started with the work of the app. I have my own tech team which is working on it, and because, you know, when you want to make a proprietary product, you should have your own tech team. And then we conceived that let's make an app which will be exclusively for our city, and that's where I Love Nagar on the app was born. Till that time we had reached very good numbers on Facebook and Twitter, and people understood that this platform is not only just to, you know, talk about that, okay, you love Nagar, but it is doing several activities also.
Can you give a few examples?
So, you know, we have an annual marathon every year, which is the Nagar Rising Foundation is our foundation's name, which we do a marathon every year, which is in the first Sunday of February, and it is for health awareness. And we say celebrating health, and, you know, close to 3,000 to 5,000 people run in it. we started that in 2015. Before that, there was no running culture. And I proudly say that now there are Ironmans in Nagar, there are half Ironman, people have done Comrade, people are running all other marathon. So we were successfully, and again, if we go back, health is wealth. If we go back, you have a, you are healthy, then you would be, less prone to other diseases.
Right.
So I Love Nagar supports that. We also run something called as a mobile Anna Chhatralaya. So it's a van on which, it's a food van, and we distribute food at 10 rupees. And it started in COVID because that time most of the hotels were closed, and people were and people outside the hospitals, either relatives, they were they were thinking where to eat. So we started this food van, and now the food van serves almost 1,000 to 1,500 food parcels every day at a very minimal cost of 10 rupees. Though the cost of making is 30 rupees to us, but the 20 rupees is absorbed by I Love Nagar Foundation.
So it's not like a slide on a PowerPoint presentation, or people go and click pictures or selfies next to I Love Mumbai, or any of these.
Exactly.
Because it's a global franchise, all right, but it needs to have the local flavor.
Exactly. And most important factor or most important feature I can say of I Love Nagar app is that today you stay in a certain area. It's a ward. You have a corporator. You have any complaints that light is not working, water is not there, road is not good. You have some issues with dogs in the area. So you can take a picture, you can upload it through our app, it comes to our team. We have given that one access to the corporator as well. He also understands that this is the issue,
right.
And we have seen that they get it solved. So because for them also it's a free platform, and they are getting the problems of their voters. I can say more than voters, that okay, this is the problem, and they get it solved. So we have a ground team which will go check. Sometimes there are some issues which are not pertaining to the corporator. It might be pertaining to some other department, some electricity department, some PW department. So we have a team on ground which will go and follow it up for the citizens of Ahmednagar, and the success ratio is close to 66 to 70%.
Right.
So and also after 5 years we'll rate all the corporators, that this was the number of complaint that had come, this is the number of complaint he has actually done. So the new voters or next time voters will understand whom to vote for. So you have like a result every year.
Yeah.
We have our results, we have our performances, and you will be based on on those performances.
So you are keeping them accountable.
Actually,
by doing
see
that.
today I think post social media everybody is accountable. It's not easy as earlier. And with the right of information and everything, I think everybody is more accountable than ever. Right. This is one aspect. One more aspect is Ahmednagar is a very historical place. Ahmednagar is I think one of the very few places in India which has a birth date. So Ahmednagar was established on 28th May 1490, and so we celebrate that day. And we have many historical monuments like the Ahmednagar Fort, where Discovery of India was written. We have few monuments which are like Farabaksh Mahal. Farabaksh Mahal was an entertainment center in those days. We have Damdi Masjid, where you have the calligraphy which is one of the best in the world, if you can come and see. So we have an audio guide in Hindi, so whenever if a new person comes, though we don't have physical guides, but he can use our app to go to these places. So we are promoting our tourism, we are promoting our local culture, we are promoting our heritage there.
Right.
So we have a museum in Ahmednagar. So many times, when you come to Ahmednagar, or even people of Ahmednagar don't know that okay, this is in. Many times, if you ask people, have you been to museum? They say no, because the problem is they never knew that there is a museum. So the awareness has to be spread.
So it's all about creating that awareness and getting things done on the ground.
Exactly.
One last one is what are some of the future plans on the anvil when it comes to both the corporate part of you as well as primarily I Love Nagar?
See, I think the world is moving very fast in the artificial intelligence direction. So how do we use artificial intelligence and make the best use of it in the right direction? Now, one use is that we are just doing a test run, is just you take a picture of any garbage and send it to us. It will automatically give us the location, it will give us all the details, and we'll get it done. So because it will make a clean Ahmednagar. The other area I think is all the sunrise industries like the EV, and also see, we have smart cities. We have smart cities in Maharashtra, we have smart cities across India. I always feel that though our city is not in the smart cities list, but if we can make the citizens smart, the city will automatically become smart. So that is something that I focus on: awareness, making people understand, making the next generation aware of their responsibilities, and making making a place where they can stay, maybe say, like as I said, I love Nagar, your love for your city, so they can stay in the city. And I always believe, and since I come from a family of freedom fighters, and I am on a Gandhian thoughts, so I always believe that one line of Mahatma Gandhi, that be the change you want to see in the world. So that was that one line that really fascinated me, that change should begin with us, and that's where I Love Nagar was born.
You also have Let's Up, which is a news-based platform in Marathi. Tell us more about it.
So Let's Up is it's again an app, and it's a hyper-local vernacular app. So what I mean by hyper-local is, say, I come from Ahmednagar, but I stay in Mumbai. So you are getting all the news of Mumbai everywhere, but what is exactly happening at my place? What is happening in my small village? So we have the hyper-local that goes to the last mile. So it's a Marathi-based app, and we are planning to get into other languages as well. But as I said, first and foremost, Marathi is our target audience for now. And Let's Up is also based, it's on Instagram, and today news is consumed by everyone. And again, we also focus on giving news for, as I said, hyper-local and vernacular. So going to the last mile, to a smallest village also, you can get the news.
On that note, thank you so much for your time, Mr. Firodia.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that was the story of Mr. Firodia's exploits. What lies ahead appears to be an exciting journey. Join us again next time as we continue to uncover more such untold stories of business leaders shaping the future of their industries. Thank you.